Junior, how you doing?
Great, how y'all?
Good.
Good morning to all y'all.
Can you just get started with talking about being one of 18 down here? And the
One of 18, baby. It's phenomenal, to be able to have those guys. I think we could still have more. We could still have more out here, but be able to have those guys come out here, show our talent, show our skills to everybody. I think it's a testament to what, all the guys that's bought in, all the guys that stayed, if you stay, you'll be a champion. That's what happened.
How do you prepare for this, not just physically, but everything else that's going on?
A lot of that is mental focus. There's a lot of mental focus. It's like with the interviews, with all those things. If you understand football, you understand what you got to do. I think it makes it very easy. And it's like at the end of the day, this is the biggest job interview of your life. It's something you've been preparing for your whole life. So you can't mess it up.
What do you want to show teams?
Everything I've always been showing them. Showing my speed, showing them everything I got, like my brain power, being able to handle a defense, be able to have that green dot. It's something, I'm excited that I've been able to talk to them about.
Do you happen to know Phil Johnson from the football program in Michigan?
I do.
I'm his cousin, so he told me to come out and reach out to say hi to you.
Tell what's up. I was talking to him about 2 days ago.
Really? What were you talking about?
Just medical stuff.
Yeah,
medical stuff. Just how that. Yeah.
Junior, have you met with the Las Vegas Raiders?
What's up?
Have you met with the Las Vegas Raiders?
No, I've met with like 20-some teams, so I'm trying to think about it right now. With the Raiders? No, not yet. I think that might be tonight.
Junior, such a prolific season. What game kind of sticks out in all that you played, whether it be 1 to 2 games, and maybe a defining moment in those games, maybe in the college football playoff, whether it be against Ohio State for your season specifically?
Game sticking out was probably Bama. I think just the atmosphere, just being in the Rose Bowl atmosphere, it elevates everything.
Yeah.
So being able to play in that game was phenomenal. Something I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
Was it something in terms of Alabama being known as this tough physical team, and Michigan also being a tough physical team, this Battle of Titans? Was that able to show off your skill set as a down physical linebacker?
Oh yeah. It was able to show off everything. Yeah, and then they were a great team, so it was a great battle against them. But I feel like the atmosphere there just elevated everybody's game to a whole new level, and it was something it was something worthwhile to see.
Is there any players that you tend to model your game after, whether it be that came out of Michigan or that are currently in the past in the NFL, that whether it be size-wise, whether it be play-style-wise, that you're like, man, I like to watch this thing?
Not too much. I watched a lot of players' game. I try to add from a lot of different players, the Fred Warrens, Ray Greenlaw, Nick Bolton, all those guys, Truman Edmonds. So I watched a lot of those, those greats, try to take a little bit from each of them, just try to add to my own game.
Junior, what makes Chris Jenkins so
Have you seen that dude? Have you seen that dude? I don't think I would say too much. That man's a specimen. But just his work ethic. He grinds day in, day out to be able to make sure he's ready for the game. And when the game time comes, you see he falls to the level of his training, and he's trained at a very high level, so it made it very easy.
What made that Michigan defense so great that ultimately helped you guys win a championship?
I think everybody bought in from from winter workouts to spring balls, summer workouts, and fall camp. Everybody bought in. Everybody trusted each other. Everybody, one thing they gave it all for each other. That was the biggest thing. We knew at the end of the day that's what we gotta do. We gotta give it all for each other every play. And when we trusted the other 10 guys out there with us.
Junior, over your 4 years in Michigan, where do you feel like you improved the most?
Repeat that?
Where do you feel like in the 4 years in Michigan you improved the most?
3 years. I thought I grew the most in basically every aspect. I grew up to be a man, everything. There's so much that I learned from Coach Hardball and that staff that I'm gonna cherish for the rest of my life, and hopefully I get to see him again.
What was the time now for you? Why was the time now? Why did you feel confident to make this move?
I felt like it was the right time to go out with a banger, and I talked to Coach, and he thought it was the best decision was for me to come out. I played in a lot of games. I've started since my freshman year, so to be able to come out, I've given everything to Michigan, so now I think it's time to try at the next level.
How are you doing physically? You're banged up.
Yeah, I'm doing better. So you always gonna have every little cuts and bruises, but I'm doing better. Body's healing up quite nicely, but we still got a little bit to go.
Are you going to be able to take this week?
No, I won't be able to do everything this week, but hopefully by pro day.
What aren't you?
Everything.
Junior, draft analysts have talked about your toughness playing with the cast, and has that come up in conversations with teams?
It has. It's come up in conversation with games. It's like, like what I tell them every time, like, unless I can't physically move, unless I'm like in a wheelchair or something, I'm gonna be out there playing the game if I can't help my team. But like at the end of the day, it's more about like what are you willing to sacrifice for the bigger goals? Like you put in all those work. If I can't achieve that, so I'm gonna give it all I got until I can't anymore.
You guys were able to do that, right? Like putting in the work,
yes, sir.
Achieving that goal, being here with 17 of your teammates or whatever. I think you said it felt like shit up here. What does it feel like to you?
I've seen a couple of them while I'm walking around, just talk to them. It is great to be out here, especially with your teammates. And some, you got great camaraderie with them. You understand them, and you're cheering them on. I'm excited to see what they do out there. I'm excited to see them perform, and I've been able to see everything they can accomplish now. Just being able to bring it out here to the bigger stage.
Were you guys upstairs? I think in December in the same building, different room when you guys found out you were playing Alabama. You just Indianapolis.
Yes, yeah. We are here all day, every day. So yeah, well, we're pretty close to here. When we found out we're playing Alabama, it was a great time.
Have you met with the Buccaneers at all during this process?
Yes, I have.
Was that formal or informal?
Formal.
How do you think that landed?
Phenomenal. I think all my forwards went phenomenal. I think they're a great team. Those guys, Todd Boyles, all those guys, I think they got a great thing going. And I'm excited to see where it goes.
How cool would it be to play with a guy like Monte David who they're trying to bring back?
It'll be phenomenal. That's a guy I've watched, for a long time. It's a guy who's has the longevity. He's played in the league for a super long time. He's played with so many greats, and he's got so much, so much to teach me. Somebody I would truly love to, just sit back and watch and just learn from for a bit.
Which one of those formal meetings be the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes, it was.
How was the conversation with Mike Tomlin, if I can ask?
That man's funny. That man's funny. So it was awesome with him. But we just mostly just talk, talk family, talk ball. Just made it very easy.
Absolutely.
How do you think your defensive scheme in Michigan will help in your transition to the NFL, knowing that
very easy. Yeah, very easy. I think being able to play in that type of defense helps tremendously. Like there's not a defense out there that I don't understand because our defense was so complex and so versatile that you can basically place me in any type of defense and it becomes easier than whatever I played in. So and especially as a Mike, there was so many different defenses, so many different things we played. So many 3 down, 4 down, directional formation, all those things, middle field open, middle field closed. That everything I go into it becomes a whole lot easier. You can just play a little faster.
Junior, you played for Mike McDonald.
I did.
Freshman year.
I did.
What do you remember about playing for him, and what should Seahawks players expect from him being that coach?
That man, I love that man to death. When I came to Michigan, I was a blank slate. So him able to mold me into the player I am, trusting me with his defense, especially as a freshman, was phenomenal. And then when I talked to them in my formal, it was just talked about that a bit and just how much I've grown since then, and how much there's next steps I'm still able to take. I've reached that. Yes, I have. Phenomenal. Those guys, they were great. They had a lot of stuff to teach me. I think we got on the board for quite a bit and just, talk ball.
How are your sales pitch to NFL teams on J.J. McCarthy as a prospect?
I don't think I need to sell him. I think he sells himself. I think his game sells himself. That's not too much. If you turn on the tape, then you kind of see everything he's been able to do and accomplish.
The knock against him seems to be that you guys didn't ask him to throw too much. What would be your response to that?
When we did ask him to throw, he made every throw on the field. So it's I truly don't think there's anything people need to see. It's when big times came, he needed to make the throw. He put it wherever it needed to be. And that's something he's gonna be able to go out there and show in the next couple of days that he can place every ball on the field. So and he's still got the leg power to run.
How high should he go?
Huh?
How high should he go?
I can't decide that. That's not really my job. If I could decide that, I don't think I'll be here. I think I'll be in a different room.
What do you remember about growing?
Yeah, it was awesome. We learned so much from each other, and just being able to go out there and battle with him every day was a lot of fun. And we would go in just between me and him, we just talk it out. talk different plays out, like how I saw it, like what type of throws he could make differently, and he'll tell me what he saw, how how he moved my defense certain type of way his eyes maybe, and then get that back shoulder throw and all those type of things. So I think it was great. It's somebody it was a phenomenal player to play with.
What do you remember about growing up in Haiti, and what was the transition like?
So quite a bit. So I was there until I was about 9.5. So that transition was very different. I didn't speak any English, so be able to learn English and then going through the earthquake, coming to a new state, and then just kind of football was kind of my way of learning the American way in a way. So that was a big transition for me, from playing soccer to football. But it was a lot of fun.
What was Tennessee like? What kind of culture shock was that? How did maybe that area?
It was a lot different than Haiti.
Yeah.
It was a lot different than Haiti. It's a lot colder than Haiti too. So, yeah, it's something you just had to learn. It's not the same. It's two different things, so you can't really try to mesh them.
When did this kind of become your dream and become a possibility?
Ever since I stepped on the football field, it was I always wanted to be the best. I feel like whatever you put your name to, whatever you lay down, you always want to try to be the best at it. Or why even try to do it at all?
Did you go to Titans games as a kid, and did that kind of open your eyes up to the NFL?
I don't really watch football as a kid.
Yeah.
No, but I just love playing ball.
Dallas Turner was saying that he's not sure that any coach will be able to replicate what Nick Saban did at Alabama. How do you feel about that as it pertains to Michigan? Can what Hardball just pulled off, is that replicable?
I believe so. It's we got great guys. Coach Moore, phenomenal coach. You saw what he did. We went 6-0 when his time as a head coach. And Coach Hardball placed it in a way to where those guys, especially during fall camp, he would have the assistant coaches be the head coach, so that when he did eventually leave, somebody could take over. He doesn't want them to go 0-12. I think it's something that we can go out there and dominate. It might not be this year, might not be next year, but the next couple of years, he's gonna be able to go out there and dominate once he gets his staff going.
How do you think Coach Hardball would do in the NFL?
Phenomenal. Have you seen him? Have you seen the way the way he interacts with players, the way he pushes players? People buy into him. People love him. He's a guy that you go through. And he's done so much he's been to the Super Bowl at this level, so now to him this is not new. He just came back for more because go out there and dominate. How do you think Sherrod Moore's going to do coming in? What are your thoughts on that? I think he's going to do a great job. He went 6-0 during his time as a starter, as a head coach, and now being that full-time guy, bringing his own staff in. And the next couple of years, he should be able to dominate the full college football world.
Do you have a favorite Hardball story?
I think every story is a favorite Hardball story. This man's got chickens in his house, so yeah, this is kind of fun, but not too much. It's kind of like everything.
Last time he was in the NFL, he kind of left under friction with his front office.
I don't know too much about that.
Right. Well, why would some people say that if you don't know him, he rubs you the wrong way? Why is that? Because
at the end of the day, people always try to pull down winners. That's how it goes. I don't have too much to say about that. People always try to pull down winners, and he's a winner. He's gonna give it everything he's got day in, day out. And guess what? Some people's gonna love that, some people's gonna hate that. Same thing at Michigan. Some people love that, some people hate that. They always try to bring him down.
What do you hope NFL teams maybe find out about you through this process, whether it's from watching your tape, interviews, what impression?
Everything. I think I have one of the best tapes out there, especially as a linebacker, being able to run that type of defense. Just being able to understand what type of player I am, being able to understand I am able to have that green dot and run a whole defense.
How about your counterpart, Mike B?
Oh yeah.
What about?
That's my duo, man.
I know. You said it's not your job to sell JJ or sell people, but let's make it your job.
I sell my B. I sell my B all day, every day. So if I play with him, that's a guy he can play anything you have on the field. He's got a great special teams tape. He's got great defensive tape. If you watch from 21, he played nickel. He was playing the nickel that bigger Buffalo personnel type package. You can see he can cover anybody on the field. Then he moved to inside and just was able to dominate. He can blitz. That man can do anything on the field. His heart's way bigger than his size, and that's something I'm proud of him for it. And he's dude's a genius. He understands football. He understands the way football happens. Or he wouldn't have been able to do all he did when he was out there. Still be able to dominate on special teams and use transition defense and still be able to dominate there. That's one dude that I would love to play with. I would love to continue playing with. I think we create a great duo. That's the end of that. Hopefully CC.
You talk about how much you learned in 3 years. I guess he was there twice as long, right? Just his growth and
the growth.
And what that
the growth package. As a leader, he grew so much, and from the first day I got there, he grew so much. It was truly a 360 turn. I guess a whole new 360 turn. But he became a great leader. He grew from how he was my freshman year to now my junior year. That dude took over. He was a leader. He was he was on people. He was able to bring that type of fire, that type of thunder, the energy. If you see every now and if we're down, he's the one dude bringing that type of energy, that type of vibe to get everybody together.
Junior, when you look back at your first years in Haiti and everything you went through, obviously very traumatic. How did that help you get to where you are today? What was the worst thing you experienced having to get here?
There's a lot of things, but to help me get here is just more grit and then the will of God. I think He's blessed me with so much potential and talent to be able to hear. So now why waste it? I survived an earthquake. I've survived different things. I survived both my parents passing away. But I don't think there's anything that somebody can throw at me that I'm not ready for or expecting.
Junior, when you think back to the Rose Bowl, what do you think you guys were able to do just to stop Alabama in that game?
We just played our game. At the end of the day, our defense, we played our game. Our defense was able to dominate that game. We had, 5 sacks in the first half? You might know it. But, just able to play our game, play at our standards that we know we could. And, at the end of the day, the results came out to what it should have been.
Was there anything? Have you met with the Cowboys during the process?
Yes, I did.
Was that formal or informal?
I meet with them formally tonight.
Okay. What are you looking forward to from that conversation?
Everything. I know they pick at 24. Just be able to talk to them. I want to pick their brains a little bit, and they're going to pick my brain a little bit, just be able to understand each other, especially to a higher level.
To play with Mozzie again, how cool would that be?
Hey, Mozzie and Scoon. We got Scoon there, too. It'll be phenomenal. He was my D lineman. He was the dude who kept me clean in 2022 and 2021. So be able to have that big of a dude in front of me, it's pretty, he's pretty safe out there.
Was there anything that you took from soccer that helped you with football?
Just mostly my feet work. That's the way I move in a way.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.